The 8 common mistakes 90% of dog owners make during winter. Your dog suffers silently. Picture this. Your dog is curled up by the heater, wrapped in their favorite blanket. You smile. You think you're doing everything right. But what if I told you that in trying to keep them warm, you're actually making them suffer? And the worst part? They can't tell you. They just endure it. Silently. Every single day. Right now, as winter settles in, thousands of dogs are dealing with hidden stress, dehydration, joint pain, anxiety. And here's what gets me. It's not because their owners don't care. It's because we're doing things we genuinely believe are acts of love. Small choices that feel right, but quietly chisel away their comfort, their health, and their trust in us. So today, I'm walking you through 8 mistakes almost every dog owner makes in winter. And I promise you, at least one of them is happening in your home right now. You know that feeling when the cold hits and you immediately reach for the thermostat? I do it too. We think, my dog must be freezing. Let me turn up the heat. It feels like love, doesn't it? Like protection. But here's the fascinating part. That warm air, it's stealing something from your dog. Not immediately, not in a way you'd notice today or even tomorrow, but slowly, quietly, it's pulling moisture out of the air. And that dryness, it's pulling moisture out of your dog's nose, their skin, even their lungs. You might not connect the dots. Maybe their nose feels a little crusty. Maybe they're sleeping more than usual. You think, oh, it's just winter. Dogs get sleepy in winter. But that's not tiredness. That's hidden dehydration creeping in. And for older dogs, the ones who already forget to drink enough water, this becomes dangerous. Their bodies are working overtime just to stay balanced. And we have no idea. Add a humidifier to the room where your dog sleeps. It puts moisture back into the air they breathe all night. And try this. Serve their meals warm and wet. A little warm water mixed with their kibble. It tastes better, smells stronger, and sneaks extra hydration into their day. Small shift, big difference. But if you think sealing up your house is protecting them, you need to hear what it's really doing to their lungs. Hey, before we go any further, I need to say something. If you skip subscribing to this channel, you might keep missing the quiet signs your dog has been giving you for years. The little things that say, I'm struggling, but I don't know how to tell you. Don't be that owner. Your dog deserves someone who listens. Hit subscribe. It's free, and it might just change everything. Ever notice how your house feels? Heavy in winter? Like the air just sits there? Thick, stale, unmoving. Here's the secret nobody talks about. When we close every window to trap the warmth inside, we're also trapping everything else. Dust, allergens, carbon dioxide, all of it just circulating. Over and over. And your dog? They're breathing that in. All day. Every day. You've probably never thought about it. Why would you? But watch your dog closely. Are they napping more than usual? Moving slower? You might think they're just lazy in winter. But the truth is, they're quietly struggling to get fresh, clean air. Older dogs especially. Their lungs aren't as strong. Their energy isn't as high. And when the air quality drops, they feel it first. Crack a window. Just for 5 minutes a day. Especially when the sun's out and it's not freezing. Let fresh air roll through. Or invest in a pet-safe air purifier. One designed to catch dander, dust, and allergens. Clean air isn't luxury. It's oxygen. It's energy. It's your dog feeling like themselves again. And it gets even deeper. You know that spot your dog loves? Maybe it's stretched out on the cold kitchen tile, or curled up right next to the heater, soaking in the warmth. It looks sweet. It looks cozy. But here's what's really happening. Cold floors send sudden chills straight up through their joints. You don't feel it because you're wearing socks, slippers, shoes. But your dog? Their body is absorbing that cold directly. And over time, it stiffens their hips, their knees, their shoulders. And heaters? They're even trickier. Because yes, they feel warm. But that dry, concentrated heat quietly pulls moisture out of your dog's skin and paws. You won't notice until their paw pads start cracking, until they're licking themselves obsessively, trying to soothe the dryness. Older dogs feel this the most. They just move a little slower. Hesitate before jumping. Take longer to stand up. And we think, oh, they're just aging. But aging doesn't have to mean suffering. Raise their bed off the ground, even just a few inches. Add soft blankets that insulate them from the cold. And if you use a heating pad, make absolutely sure it's designed for pets. Human heating pads can overheat and burn their skin. Your dog's joints will thank you, even if they can't say it out loud. But you've probably never noticed this next one. If you haven't subscribed yet, tell me why in the comments. Seriously. And let us know where you're watching from. I want to see how far this pack has reached, because every dog deserves to be understood. And if you're here, you clearly care. So don't scroll past without joining the people who actually listen. Picture it. A winter evening. The lights are dim. A candle is glowing on the table. Maybe it smells like cinnamon, or pine, or vanilla. It feels peaceful, safe, warm. But here's the part most dog lovers never know. Many of those cozy scents, they're quietly toxic to dogs. Not in a dramatic rush to the vet way, but in a slow, accumulating way. Their bodies can't process certain essential oils the way ours can. What relaxes us can irritate their lungs, stress their liver, confuse their senses, and they won't tell you. They'll just start sneezing more, licking their nose, avoiding the room entirely. You might think they're being weird, but they're not. They're trying to protect themselves. Watch for the signs. Excessive sniffing, pacing, suddenly leaving the room when you light something. Even natural scents, lavender, eucalyptus, tea tree, can trigger reactions. Stick with unscented soy candles. Or skip the candles altogether and use a pet-safe air purifier if you want that clean, fresh feeling. Your dog will breathe easier. Literally. And speaking of things we think are kind, you ever look at your dog curled up by the fire and think, let me give him a little extra. He must be cold. He must be hungrier in winter. I've done it. We all have. It feels like care, like generosity. But here's the truth. In winter, most dogs move less. The walks are shorter. The playtime is quieter. But their appetite, it stays exactly the same. So that extra scoop of food, that handful of treats, it adds up fast. And weight gain in dogs isn't just cosmetic. It's not just a chubby phase. It's pressure on their joints, strain on their heart, extra work for their organs. And emotionally, it can quietly affect their mood, their energy, their willingness to play. Don't give more food. Give better food. Warm, wet meals that hydrate and fill them up faster. And watch those winter treats. Every nibble counts. Because love isn't measured in food. It's measured in how well they feel in their own body. But here's something that surprised me even more. Listen, if you skip subscribing, you might miss the one video that explains why your dog does that thing they do. That little quirk you've always wondered about. Don't let that happen. Subscribe now before you forget, because understanding your dog isn't optional. It's everything. You see your dog napping all day, and you think, he must just want to rest more in winter. I thought that too, for years. But here's what I learned. Many dogs aren't sleepy. They're bored. And boredom in dogs doesn't look like boredom in humans. It doesn't look like frustration or complaining. It looks like nothing. Just a quiet, dull existence. And that nothingness, it builds up as stress. You might notice more barking, more chewing, more staring at walls. Or worse, you might notice sadness in their eyes. A flatness, a lack of spark. The shorter days, the less outdoor time, the quiet house, it all adds up. And your dog's brain, it's starving for stimulation. Just 10 minutes, twice a day. A tug toy, a short fetch session, a puzzle feeder, anything that feels like a win. Because play releases happy brain chemicals. It reminds them they're alive, that life is still fun, and they need that reminder, especially in winter. But you've probably never thought about this next one. Have you ever thought, my dog's coat looks fine, I'll skip brushing this week? I've been there. It's easy to let it slide. But here's the fascinating part. In winter, your dog grows a thicker coat. And underneath all that fluff, dust is hiding. Oils are building up. Dry static air is creating tangles. And all of that is quietly irritating their skin. You might notice them licking the same spot over and over, or pulling away when you try to pet them. That's not attitude. That's discomfort. That's their quiet way of saying, something's wrong, and I don't know how to fix it. 2 minutes of brushing every day. That's it. It keeps their skin healthy, spreads natural oils, removes debris, and in those 2 minutes, you're also checking for lumps, hot spots, ticks, anything that might need attention. It's grooming, but it's also connection. It's also love in action, and it gets even deeper. If you're still watching without subscribing, I have to ask, why? Your dog is counting on you to understand them. And this community, we're all here learning together. Don't be the one left out. Subscribe. Join us. Let's make sure every dog is seen, heard, and understood. The holidays feel magical to us. The decorations, the music, the visitors, the food, the laughter. But for your dog, it can feel like the world is falling apart. All those new faces, new voices, new smells, furniture being moved, schedules being disrupted. Dogs thrive on routine, on predictability, on knowing what comes next. And when all of that gets shattered, even the calmest dog can feel overwhelmed. You might notice them pacing, hiding under the bed, panting even though they haven't exercised, or acting off in ways you can't quite explain. But here's the secret. It's not bad behavior. It's anxiety. It's their nervous system saying, I don't feel safe right now. Keep their routine steady. Same walk time, same feeding schedule, same bedtime ritual. And create a quiet space just for them. A cozy bed, their favorite toy, a blanket that smells like you. Let them retreat when it gets too loud. And trust that they'll come back out when they're ready. Because sometimes the greatest gift we can give our dogs is permission to opt out.